Hey guys, Carlos here from Angler's Lifestyle. I'm here at Sandy Wool Lake today with my son Tommy, okay, and his classmates from Irvington High School. You got Brandon, you've got William, and Jay, okay. They're working on a year-long project called Change that focuses on birds and the environment. Now, let's think about the birds for a moment. The state allocates a certain percentage of planted trout for bird consumption. Now, anglers fish for trout. Is there any correlation between trout and bird population? Just something to think about. So anyway, we're gonna go over and talk about gear and tackle and setup for trout fishing today. And the intent really is not to catch fish, but the intent really is to learn so that they can assist kids during the fishing event. Okay, but that's the real point. So so kids can get really excited with respect to fishing, and hopefully these guys can too. Okay guys, we're going to be using my Okuma rocks today, and as you may recall, in my Okuma rocks I've got the 6-foot rods, and I also have bait feeder reels in there. The main line is about it's a 10-pound test line, essentially my general purpose line. Okay, and the bait feeder itself here has that rear drag that allow that line to run. So on the way this is assembled, essentially on the main line, okay, we have the weight, we've got the bead, and the snap swivel. So we're gonna go ahead and use these rig that's been already preset, and we're gonna teach these guys how to cast. So guys, as far as casting goes, this is quite simple. The type of rod and reel that they're gonna be using at the kids event is usually the one that it's called the Zebco. It's the reel is up here, and it's got a button. Okay, and the button essentially is allows to release that line. So you will hold on to the button like this. When you cast, when you get to about this point, okay, at this about 45-degree angle, you release. Okay, I can't do that with one hand. It looks like it has a handle. Okay, the rod itself has a handle. I personally is not coordinated enough to go like this with one hand and cast. I feel like I'm gonna let go of the rod. So if I can do it as an adult, it's kind of hard for little kids to do it also, right? So the first thing you need to do is teach these guys to hold it with both hands. Okay, left hand here, right hand here, and press that button this way. So it's not a cast and press, it's hold the button. Okay, just imagine that there's a button here. Press that button, hold it, and as you get to about this point, you release it. Okay, that's why it's a two-hander thing. Now with the spinning reel, it's a little bit different. Okay, first of all, there's this reverse. Okay, you can go both ways. Okay, lock it in place, line it up here, open the bail. Okay, now you can close the bail after you cast. All right, so one more time, you've got this, okay, control here that goes back and forth. Okay, so put it, okay, align this guide, lock it, okay, put your finger here, release the bail, okay, and then hold on to the rod as such. Okay, and when you get to a point about 45 degrees, you let go of your finger. So you just go like that. That's all you need to do. You don't need to go very far. Okay, so once you've done that, okay, notice I did not put a lot of effort on casting it, right? Because first of all, this is a long rod. Well, long considering that it's a 6-foot rod. Most of the rods that they have in that event, I think it's also a 6-footer, and it's probably a stiffer rod, but this rod is a medium power type rod. So, and the tip is really fast. Fast being, first of all, make sure all that is aligned properly. Fast being the tip of the rod, okay, is really, really flexible. Okay, and this is about a 1/2 ounce, okay, weight. All right, so the weight itself, have you ever played with a towel, when you snap a towel like this? Okay, the same feeling, okay? It's like taking that towel and snapping it this way, okay? So that's exactly what you're doing. As it loads up back here, you pull it that way. Now, in our particular case, you don't need that much effort to get it out there. Okay, the lake at Newark, at Lakeshore Park, is not very big. Okay, as you can see here, this lake is not very big too. But you know, it's kind of tough to cast far out there, right? So anyway, so what you need to do essentially, again, as a review, open the bail, line up your finger up here, hold that line, open that bail, put thumb up, okay, 45, let go. Okay, notice how far it went. And I don't even need to work very hard. So you guys can take one of these rods, okay, and practice with it and cast towards that water. Okay, you can use this one, William.
Okay, this one.
This one, you can use this one right here. Okay, and practice towards the water.
The one you're using?
Yeah. Use both hands. That's why I was saying, you know. Okay, close the bail. Yeah, good. Okay, when you guys cast, go ahead, keep on reeling. Point it to the direction that you want to cast. So look at this. Check it out. Okay, so paying attention. Okay, so you line it up like this. Look, both hands, thumb up. Okay, hold on to it. This is the only finger that releases. I'm pointing towards that goose over there. So I'm gonna aim towards that goose and fire. Boop.
Oh.
Okay, so once it drops, you can start reeling and then keep attention. Always keep attention. You see how the thing is bending? Keep attention, okay, when you're reeling it back. Thumb up, thumb up. Good. There we go. Yeah, keep your rods at a 45-degree angle when you release it. All right. There you go. Go ahead and give it a try. Both hands. Yes, there you go. Perfect. Awesome. Notice what's happening. Your cast is going that way. Did you see where the weight went?
Yeah.
It went that direction. Okay? Because what's happening is you're probably going this way. You need to go over your head.
Okay.
This is Jay's cast. I think Jay's the winner. He's got it.
He's eating the ocean fish.
He's got it. All right. He's destined for greatness. All right, boys. Here's my son Tommy. He's the supervisor today. He's Obi-Wan. I'm Yoda. That was early.
Yeah, it was early.
You see where it went?
Yeah.
There we go. Ah, very nice. Nice, Jay. Okay, let's see. Come on, Brandon.
Gotta get further than Jay.
Hit the ducks. Very good. Look at that. Whoa. Very good. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next step. Essentially, I'm gonna teach them how to tie the basic sliding rig. Okay, for bottom fishing. Okay. So here are the components of a sliding rig. This is called bottom fishing. What this means is the weight is in the bottom and we're going to have the bait floating on the top. Okay, about 24 inches from the bottom of the lake. Okay, so you've got your main line right here. All right, and then what you need to do is you take your slider weight. Okay, These weights again are varying in sizes, okay? They come, the way I rig mine is I've got a 3/4 ounce, and one of that, I think the shorter ones, I think yours is probably a 1/2 ounce, okay? But the idea is this is steel, okay? I only use steel weight because it's eco-friendly. You know, for the longest time, generations and generation, they use lead weights, okay? And lead weights, you know, it's kind of no good for the environment, right? Because it's a cancerous material. So if you lose a rig out there, just like what we did when happened to Brandon's first cast, is essentially now that weight is in the bottom, and so is the bead, and so is the snap swivel. Okay, so obviously, can you imagine if you multiply X amount of anglers out there that actually lose their rig daily, right, on a fishing adventure? That's a lot of lead, right? So I never use lead anymore at all, regardless of what lake I fish. Now, Cory Lakes has a lead restriction because it's drinking water, okay? So only steel is allowed at Cory Lakes. Now, if you're an angler and if you go fish Cory Lakes, you go to the kiosk, they will trade 1-for-1 your lead weights for the day. Okay, so if you're, it's a great program that they have there, right, at Cory Lakes. So remember, there's a lead restriction. But anyway, so a basic rig of a slider of a bottom fishing, okay, essentially it's a sliding weight. There's a hole in the middle of this. Take the tapered end of the weight and face it towards the first eye of your rod. Okay, so you take that, okay, and you insert it that way, so it slides. Okay, then it's the bead, all right? Then you take your bead and essentially you put it on, right? Once you put it on, then next is the snap swivel, okay? The snap swivel has two parts. You have the part that's a clip and the other part that's an eye, okay? Okay, so you put it through the eye, all right? And then you come back to the eye, but you hold on to the loop side. Okay, this is called the Palomar knot. Okay, you see the loop? So we're, that loop right there, okay, pull the snap swivel through, and then before you tie it, before you tighten your loop, okay, you use some type of liquid material like your spit, and you wet that before you tighten it, okay? And all you need to do is pull it and tighten it, okay? So once you tighten that, that's super tight. Palomar knot is super tight, okay? So what happens here is, give me the nail clipper, okay? So you take the nail clipper and you clip this tag end about that much, maybe 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch, okay? Just save all that clippings and all that, so it doesn't end up in the lake, and you're done. You're done with this rig. Okay, so this thing slides up and down, like that. Right, you got the bead and then the knot. The bead is there. The bead is there to protect the knot. So as this thing slams down onto the bead and the bead slams down into the knot is protected. It's never destroyed. That's the point of that bead. Okay, so now we're done with the main line, with the weight and all that. So what we need now is a leader material that connects the snap swivel to the hook, okay? And that's essentially where we're gonna put our bait, all right? Okay, I pre-measured these as 24, this one is 24 inches, okay? And I have a mosquito hook. This is a 24-inch Berkeley Vanish line, okay? And this is a number 10 mosquito hook. Okay, that's very small. That's a number 10 mosquito hook. Okay. Hooks, you can learn about how hooks are measured. Okay, but essentially what this is when that drops in the bottom, okay, this thing flows up and the fish could see it. That's the intent. Whatever we put up here will float. Okay. Ooh, the wind's blowing. So whatever we put in the hook, essentially, that's what's going to feed the fish, hopefully, right? And so this is a fluorocarbon leader line, which supposedly disappears in water, so the fish can't see it. Trout's eye is very, very sharp, okay? If they see anything other than that's not normal, they shy away from it. Okay, so the first thing we'll do here is, as you can see, the snap swivel here, that's where I put a loop in the end of that. Okay, and I just connect it. That's all you need. Okay, that's it. All right, that's it. So you hold on to that hook. Oh, 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 wait, 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 don't pull it, don't pull it. Okay, this is where it gets dangerous. So the kids at the event never touches the rig with the hook. Okay, so you always hold on to that, hold on to the top of it. Okay. Oh yeah, it's sharp. Okay, Brandon, here, I'll give you one also. Go ahead and attach it to your line. There you go, sir. All right. Ready, Tommy, for that? For the...
Haha. Yes.
All right. Well done. Because this newly planted trout don't want to eat anything artificial right now, we're going to go ahead and present it with worms. Okay, present the lines with worms. So we're going to go ahead and put a power egg and put on a worm, and I'll let these guys thread the worm through those hooks. Okay. So, so your job, okay, is to, okay, we're going to use, these are called power eggs. Now power eggs, I use 2 per hook. Okay. And I'll demonstrate. Come here. Brandon, you can get 2.
Kind of stuck in my finger.
I know that.
Oh.
I know. When you, now, does that answer whether it's sharp?
Yes.
Okay, press the bait feeder. Okay, we're gonna thread the egg through. Right. And essentially use it as a floating egg. So it'll be like that. All right, here's the hook. Right? And here's the egg. And then all you need to do is put your worm. Okay, where's our worm? Oh, here. We're gonna use the worms that I've been raising. Hold.
We have our very own worm farm. It's great.
All right. So, I guess we're gonna have to.
Worms, literally. Like, because we fish so much, my dad
There we
started
go.
growing worms.
Raise you raise worms. You raise worms. So
You breed them. Oh.
this is our worms. They're nice and healthy. They're hungry and they're huge. Oh my goodness, this thing is huge. All right, I don't know. We may have to cut this guy in half.
24 days. They start splitting.
Something. Okay, so essentially you just hook it through. Okay, you just hook it through once or twice into the hook, and hopefully the fish would not get scared away, because this thing is huge. Oh, totally. This thing is like huge worm. So you just thread it through. Okay, and then the rest, I guess we can have. Well, I'm gonna split them in half. There we go. So this bobber is here, okay, to indicate that you have fish that's pulling on your line. Okay, if it starts to run and this thing has gone up and you just happen to be not close to your line, okay, this thing is going to continue going because this has a bait feeder function. Okay, so that's it. So your job is to watch that bobber. Okay, boys, follow me. Okay, we already talked about that bobber being the indicator, right? Right now the wind is causing problems and whatever. You really don't know whether you have something in there or not, right? So if you truly have fish in the line, let the bobber go up, and your bait feeder, make sure it's enabled, right? You're gonna hear it go like that, right? Once it does that, all you need to do is take the bobber, put it in your pocket, right? Don't freak out. Just take the rod off the rod holder. You crank the reel twice. You go 1, 2. The bait feeder will disengage by itself, okay? So you crank it 1, 2, and then you set it sideways this way. You hold it there, right? And when you set that, what it does is it sets the hook to the mouth of the fish, right? And then all you need to do is crank it and slowly, and if you feel your rod vibrating like this, that means you have fish on. All you need to do is reel it in. Okay, and then you start screaming. You're like, fish on, fish on, fish on. You call us, and then we'll help you reel it in, right? Keep the fish in the water as long as you can as possible. So again, take the bobber off the line, pick up the rod, right? Don't panic. You just go 1, 2, set, right? Hold it there, and then start reeling. If you feel the vibration, you have fish on, right? All right. Good luck. I know it gets kind of pretty lonely, but we'll come and visit you. Don't worry. I just want them to feel how it is. Just keep it underwater. That's okay. Just keep it in the water for as long as you can. Just make sure you have the tension on, okay? Keep it on the water as long as you can. How's that feel? Is that fun? Come on, Tommy. Just keep it in the water for as long as you can. Hold it in the water as long as you can. Okay, so here's Brandon with the using a jig. Just keep it on the line.
Are you
Yep,
doing this?
I am. Keep it on the line. Keep it in the water as long as you can. Bring it in. And the land. Yay! Yay! Okay, go. The two of you dehook it. No, you know, come with me. We'll dehook it. Give me that. Oh crap! I just broke that. Okay. Okay. So boys, so when you have a catch, right? I use this line keeper. Okay. There you go. And then you need to hold on to this. So it looks like you know, fish is really shallow. I changed the weight here to something lighter. We're going with 12-inch, and we're also going with this type of power bait that I've concocted. So let's go ahead and bring that. Keep it underwater, dude. Go. I think it's just gonna be a jigging kind of day.
Yeah.
What do you think? I still think I still think power bait will work today. Wait, turn this way. Turn this way. Reel it in.
Should we get the...
What?
Yeah, well, go get. Actually, no, never mind.
Get Brandon.
The what?
We named the fish Brandon.
Oh.
No, I'm even if I catch
There we go. Go ahead and string it, Tommy. Was that fun when it hit?
I was like, what is moving?
Okay guys, we're pretty much done fishing for the day, and we caught 2 fish. Show your fish, guys. Where's your fish?
Here's
There we go. And they named the fish, what'd you name it?
Here's Brandon, and here's Tommy.
Aha, Brandon and Tommy. Notice the size too. Brandon is definitely taller. Okay, come and show that fish. All right, so here's the fish that they caught for today. All right, it's pretty cool. So what'd you guys learn?
Be
What you
patient
learn?
and don't tangle the strings.
There you go. Be
Yeah.
patient and don't tangle the strings. How about you boys? I know you had a pretty fun time too, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. So what'd you learn about fishing today?
Don't tangle. Be patient.
don't
Don't
say that.
Don't reel it fast. I wanna go watch.
Yeah, don't reel it fast. Right, there's a spigot right there. Right. So and I know they got an experience of the jigging technique also. And William, so what do you think? I know it's a bit different and challenging how to cast, right?
Yeah.
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 So is this something that possibly something that you would take on, or?
It was fun.
It was fun. Okay, so as far as the relationship with fish and lakes and, you know, the environment and all that, anything interesting? What's your walk away for today?
There were a lot of more fish than I expected.
More fish than
Yeah,
expected.
I
Right?
like barely any fish.
Yeah.
We caught
So, well, you know, there's 1,000 pounds of fish that they actually dropped here, and as you can see, sometimes the fish just don't want to eat, right? And when they don't want to eat like that, you know, it's hard to catch them, and it also, that means it leaves more fish for possibly birds to eat out there. But it has to be a pretty big sized bird to eat a fish this big. I mean, we're not talking about small fish, right? We're talking about a big old bird that can swallow something that big.
Pelican.
An owl.
An owl, a pelican, or whatever. So, but anyway, so that's our fishing adventure today, and I hope that these guys have a pretty good takeaway with respect to what we're gonna do. So, as always, come fish with us sometime. Hey, see ya.